Hello everyone and welcome to your January reading. I'm going to take a sign at random here and see who we're reading for next. We have Capricorn. All right, welcome Capricorn. Happy birthday. Hope you're having a beautiful month and a new year. All right, we do have a new moon coming up in Capricorn in sidereal astrology. That'll be happening January 21st. So find out where that falls in your chart. And we also have, of course, the full moon happening January 6th in the sign of Gemini in sidereal as well. So let's see what January is bringing to us, Capricorns. Oh, I'm Capricorn rising, by the way. So I am curious about this as well. All right. Underneath our deck, we have the Nine of Wands, Nine of Flames, the Wounded Warrior. Okay, been through some battles, seeing some action. Maybe time to take a little break, rest, recovery. Look a little banged up there. But let's see how we come out of this on the other side. So this popped out as I was shuffling the Seeker of Flames. Okay, so the seekers in this deck are pages. So we have the Page of Wands, following the Nine of Wands. So maybe after going through some difficult lessons, you're embarking on a new spiritual journey here. Something you're learning about, passionate about, creative forces at play. Okay, next we have the Four of Cups. Yeah, the Four of Cups, there's the Three Cups in the background that she's not interested in anymore. There's something that's not satisfying. There's this fourth cup that is coming into play, coming into view, that's drawing your attention now. It's like you're tired of doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And this is waiting for a new opportunity to come towards you, or that's what you're seeking in the Page of Wands. It's a very childlike, creative energy too. There's innocence there. There's maybe a longing for a clean slate, a fresh start. And next we have the Nine of Cups. Beautiful, yeah. So we start with the Nine of Wands, and now we have the Nine of Cups. Wishes and dreams fulfilled. So whatever it is that you're giving up, you're sacrificing something for a greater result. There's something better for you out there, and I think that's what you know, and that's why you're seeking. And she's like almost looking up at this star, wishing on a star for something to change in her life because she's tired of doing the same thing over and over again. This Nine of Cups is the happiness that you're seeking. The Eight of Cups card, it always has a figure walking away. It's turning your back on things that you've already accomplished. You're done with that. It no longer satisfies. So we're in search of the ninth cup that we know we deserve. And next to that, we have the Adept of Flames. Okay, so we go from the Knight of Wands, or I'm sorry, the Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands. Sag, Aries, Leo. And this is a development for the progress of your journey, of your quest. Could be someone you meet along the way who's going to be a partner to walk beside you. Next to that, we have the Shadow. Okay, the Devil. This is your card, Capricorn. So that's a positive sign whenever your major arcana comes up in a reading. It shows me that you're taking your power back, that you are gaining control of a situation. So we start out kind of weak and wounded, and I see power building up through this reading as we progress forward. And the Shadow, being the Devil, is also maybe chains. There's a spider web held here, something that held you back or confined you previously, maybe an addiction or a toxic relationship or job, home, something that you're breaking free of. Next, I'll get some clarifiers with our Tarot of Dreams for Capricorn. So that Knight of Wands is a very fast-moving energy. I feel like, yes, we're starting off this month. I feel like kind of coming out of a daze. There was a slowdown period. There was a rest and an observation of what changes needed to be made. And now things are starting to pick up towards the end of the month. I did mention that new moon happening in your sign, January 21st. That might be where things kick off here with the Knight of Wands, coming in quickly or leaving quickly from a situation. All right, underneath we have the Three of Coins. Virgo, Taurus, and here's Capricorn. It's the position of Mars in Capricorn. So there's masculine fire energy meeting up with earth energy, and you're taking, again, your passion that you've developed and you're bringing it into the physical world, starting to manifest it into physical form. And fine, next we have the Ace of Wands, more fire. Okay, well, this is a definitely new beginning, as is the Page of Wands. They're very similar. So there's a volcano, things are erupting. It's a very sensual, passionate card too. There could be fireworks between you and a fire sign. And next we have the Seven of Coins. Okay, so from the Three of Coins to the Seven of Coins. And together they make the 10 of Coins, which is auspicious. But the Seven of Coins is kind of like putting the brakes on. Here we have this immense passion and desire to move forward. And the Seven of Coins is like a foot on the brake and a foot on the gas. So like I said, we have Mars and Mercury retrograde the first part of the month. So there's a little more time that needs to pass. Plus your ruler is Saturn here. These are the lessons of Saturn, that you can't hastily build a house on a poor foundation or else it'll sink into the swamp, as an example. There's some steps that need to be taken, and that's part of the devil too, the devil energy. It's Capricorn, boundaries, contracts, restrictions, karma, things that are finishing up yet before you can be completely free. And finally, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. Well, that's a good way to end it, because it is turning the wheel. Your time will come. This even looks like a stopwatch to me, a clock. But Jupiter expands everything it touches. In tropical astrology, it just moved into the sign of Aries and will be there for 5 months. So expanding that Aries fire energy as we move from probably into June, into the summertime, might be when we see this fruit is ready to be harvested. Okay, but I see you attacking this new pursuit with a lot of passion, perseverance. It's evidenced here in the Nine of Wands that you have already been subject to this kind of scrutiny and hard work of the past. You're no stranger to that. So this doesn't intimidate you. If anything, it's motivating you to push further, harder, and faster until you get to this turning point. And Saturn rules Father Time. And I mentioned that looks like a clock. So the clock is ticking. Things are getting done. We can't push ahead further or faster than they're meant to develop. So I admire your enthusiasm, Capricorn. Keep it going. But it has to be like a slow, steady burn more than a quick explosion of energy. So we'll start out with some oracle cards for you. See what your angels and ancestors have to say about this new journey that you're undertaking. Capricorn. All right, Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. Okay, Aries got this too. And since fire energy is showing up a lot with you, the Three of Coins does speak of collaborative efforts. You could be, again, working with a Aries specifically. But this is your inner strength, you know, your ability to persevere. And we've seen that. The Wounded Warrior started this reading. So what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Absolutely. We have a Rose Oracle for you. I mean, you're going to pick up a few scars and bangs and bumps on the way, but those are our lessons to learn. That's our karma, you know. There we go. Nothing worth ever doing is easy. So you might be battling yourself this month, much like Aries is. All right, next to that we have Morning Dew, clarity, a fresh start, a positive outlook. Okay, yeah. So that's the direction you're heading, absolutely, with the Nine of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune there. And we also have the Mystic Rose, compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. Okay, yeah, devoted to a cause. Some of you might, you know, have a higher spiritual calling to work towards charity or social work in some way. Going beyond, you know, using your experience, your lessons to help educate, teach, and inspire and lead others. Okay, I'm going to get you a Queen of the Moon Oracle here for Capricorn. It's like you don't want, people that look up to you, they do look up to you. You don't want them to be subject to the same pitfalls that you were. It's you make a great mentor, Capricorn. And here we have fruition, harvest moon. Okay, that is a full moon. Number 37. Did I mention the harvest here in the 7 of coins? The thing about this card, it's like if you have this aspect, Saturn in Taurus, or it's, the 7 of coins is your birth card or something, it's like you have to work 7 times harder than anyone else to get these results. But it makes the fruit taste that much sweeter when you get there. Harvest moon, I believe, is typically in the fall. I did mention around June could be your turning point where things start to ripen. And okay, as the seasons turn, there is always a time when the potential for the spring beginnings is manifest. The crops grow tall and are ready to harvest, and they have done this from a fallow field into which we have planted seeds. The trees have flowered, and now there is fruit to pick. It is time for the harvest. I welcome the joyous fruition of all the intentions I set. When we are able to bring something to fruition, whether it be planting, a project, or a change in ourselves, it is the perfect time to celebrate all that we are grateful for and to mark our achievement. We have worked very hard to bring this new situation into reality. We may have been patient in a way we have worked over time and sacrificed much to make it happen. The harvest moon is a time to be happy about our success and to share it with others. Our ancestors would dance and sing and have community festivals of thanks, all to celebrate the fruition of all the hard work and to thank the gods for their assistance. These times of high energy are also times to really focus on your body, as they can be quite taxing on our systems. If we don't take care, it is often the time we can get ill. This moon normally falls in the moon closest to the autumn equinox in the northern hemisphere. The companion stone or metal is garnet. Okay. So yeah, the taking the toll on the body. Some of you have pushed yourself to the limit here in the 9 of Wands, and it's time to rest now. Whenever the harvest comes, you will be rewarded. It's Saturn's teaching you the lesson of patience right now. Okay, let's see what your Heavenly Bodies astrology card is. It's another newer deck for me, but I quite enjoy it. There's planetary bodies, aspects, and astrology signs in here. Which one for Capricorn? All right, square. Challenging situation and a mountain to climb. Yep. Okay, well, check your natal chart and the transits that are occurring in accordance to it at this time. You might have a strong square with Saturn, your natal Saturn, or Pluto, which is transformation, so causing change. Squares are difficult, but that's what it's like when push comes to shove. That's what you need exactly to get you going in the right direction. This also kind of looks like a compass to me as I look at it, so there's a course correction here. All right, your animal medicine for the month. Capricorn. We have the whale. Okay, I don't think I've ever pulled this one. Number 41. Interesting that 41 is the 13th prime, and the 13 is the death card and the major arcana, which is, of course, transmutation, transition, and change. And it's 13 minutes into the reading while I'm coming across this. Okay. The whale, the title of that card is the Record Keeper. Whale of mighty oceans, you have seen it all. Secrets of the ages are heard within your call. Teach me how to hear your words and how to understand the very roots of history of when our world began. Whale is very much like a swimming library. Whale carries the history of Mother Earth and is said to have been placed here by the ancients from the dog star Sirius. That's so interesting. I forgot to mention at the beginning of this reading, this is the Syrian Starseed Tarot, by the way. Okay. Biologists say that a whale is a mammal and very possibly lived on land millions of years ago. In tribal legend, whales' move into the ocean happened when the earth shifted and Lemuria, the motherland, went below the waves. All of our petroglyphs speak of the motherland, Mu, and the disaster that brought the red race to North America from the west, beyond the great waters. The symbols and the petroglyphs speak of the rivers and mountains crossed by our ancestors when they sought solid ground as the water receded. Whale saw the events that led to the settling of Turtle Island, North America, and has kept the records and knowledge of the motherland alive. It is said that Mu will rise again when the fire comes from the sky and lands in another ocean on Mother Earth. The native medicine people are waiting for this event as the next sign of Earth changes. Earth's children will have to unite and honor all ways and all races in order to survive. Whale medicine people are coded in their DNA to understand that sound frequencies can bring up records in the memories of ancient knowledge. They are usually clairaudient or able to hear both very low and very high frequencies. They are usually also physically developed and fairly telepathic. Many times, however, they are not awakened to their gifts until it is time to use the stored records. Many whale medicine people are able to tap into the universal mind of Great Spirit and have no idea how or why they know what they know. Only later, when they receive information, do they begin to understand how they know or why they received the impressions. Whale medicine teaches us to use the sounds and frequencies that balance our emotional bodies and heal our physical form. To recall why the shaman's drum brings healing and peace to align with whale's message. The drum is the universal heartbeat and aligns all beings heart to heart. Before the advent of speech in the primordial language, hand signs were used, and many tribes were silent most of the time. The language that was understood was the sound of Great Spirit's other creatures, the animals. If you pulled the whale card, you are being asked to tap into the records and to allow yourself to be sung to those by those who have the original language. We are the only creatures who do not have our own unique cry or call. Find yours. Allow your voice to use this sound to release tensions or emotions. Whale signals a time of finding your origins or of seeking your overall destiny as coded in your DNA, and of finding the sounds that will release those records. You may never be the same again. After all, you are the melody of the universe, and the harmony is the song of the other creatures. In using your voice to open your memory, you are expressing your uniqueness and your personal sound. As you open to this uniqueness, the animals that are your 9 totems may then send their sounds or calls to you or through you. This will open your personal records so that you may further explore your soul's history and commune with Whale, who carries the history of all of us. Okay, so sound frequency healing, if you listen to solfeggio frequencies, Tibetan singing bowls, these can really help unlock and align chakras that may have been blocked, specifically the throat chakra. This is going to allow you to communicate and understand more closely with your spiritual guides and quest, as I brought up in the Page and Knight of Wands that showed up here. So there's a strong urge to connect with spirit this month. The whale being a creature of the water as well makes me think of, taking spiritual baths, cleansing, again, healing with those sound frequencies, and it can unlock a whole new level to you. I know when I was first starting to, awaken to my call to spirituality back in 2015, I stumbled across these solfeggio frequencies and sound bowls, and I would just listen to them. And then I started placing crystals on my body. I had no reason for doing this at all. I just knew it felt good, and I was receiving energy through it. So that really helped me to become aligned to the path I'm on. All right. Oh, your archetype card. Some of you too, your ear chakras might need clearing. If you're unable to hear clearly, pay attention to the sounds you consume. If you're listening to music that is recorded or performed at a low frequency or specific frequency designed to block out spiritual communication, maybe take a break from that. Just pay attention to all things you take into your being physically, visually, or through all your senses. Okay. The fault line. Okay. Well, this just came up for Sagittarius. So it's about a cracking and a breaking free. I'm inclined to draw another one as well. We have the Mentor. Okay. I'll read both because they are very short. I'll start with the fault line. The fissure, the crack, the weak link. Imagine walking across a frozen lake that begins to crack before your eyes. No matter how optimistic and brave you might be, panic ensues. You become fearful and tense and long for stable ground. Such is the energy of the fault line. It's the energy of walking on eggshells, of precarious dynamics, of sensing what is ready to break open into chaos. It's likely this cracking open is overdue, as fault lines develop slowly and naturally from underlying elemental pressures. This card comes as a potent warning not to deny the shakiness that's afoot. It's much better to prepare yourself for change than to walk along the fault line pretending all is well. There is no easy fix for the situation at hand. It will require a foundational shift that alters the current dynamics from the ground up. In Japanese kintsugi pottery, gold is used to mend cracks. Breaks are thought of as precious rather than something to be hidden. It's possible that something a loved one said caused a crack in your relationship that has never been mended. Revisit it. The time to heal is nigh. And they might be bringing this up because of the period of Mercury retrograde. It ends January 18th, but that whole maybe need to revisit something, that if you found yourself stuck or coming up against a wall in your spiritual development, it's asking you to revisit the past. Like, where were there cracks in the foundation that we need to repair in order to get you to this next level? And then the mentor, number 6. The teacher, the sage, the guru. It is said that cosmic knowledge pours down on the world like a great illumined waterfall. This can be an overwhelming force. The true teacher, though, is said to be able to hold this flow of wisdom at bay while the student sips from the focused stream. The mentor archetype has a gift for reading the room, for sensing the exact ingredient that will stimulate growth within the student, whether pleasant or painful. The mentor may appear aloof or available, harsh or tender, humorous or rigid. Their gift is to know what serves the soul. Ultimately, the mentor is in service of the greater cosmic good and aids in the elevation of consciousness. Anytime the mentor forgets this humble link and mistakes themselves for the source of the enlightenment, the archetype falls into shadow. When light, focused, clear, bright, remains a student. When dark, self-serving, envious of youth, righteous, and rigid. Although it is typically true that parents are our initial teachers, the child will eventually seek a mentor figure outside of the home to assist their growth. Keep in mind how easy it is to project power onto another. The expressions feet of clay and cult of personality exist for a reason. So I did mention earlier that people do look up to you. They do admire you. So that might be, a sign for you as you're stepping into this power as a mentor, that to not abuse your power, but to focus on the well-being and advancement of the student. That's the goal, isn't it? For the student to surpass the teacher. You want them to learn and see and do better than you did. So I feel like a lot of you might be stepping into a role of mentoring children or youth or teens or something like that, volunteering your time with an organization, but definitely being a role model. Okay. I'm going to, and the fault line might indicate, separation from a previous role that, like I said, you had repeated over and over again through cycles, and you weren't getting the results that you hoped for. And maybe stepping into this leadership role, this mentor role, is going to finally bring about the change and satisfaction that you desire. Okay, one more card. These are the Making Magic little sigil cards. All right, we have on target, follow the ideal life path. Yeah, did mention this is like a compass or a redirection. So have patience while this path presents itself. You'll begin, I think, to get messages, clairaudience, like we said, hearing from your guides, like the whale was indicating. Next, we have love charm, attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. Okay. And Philosopher's Stone, powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. And the Philosopher's Stone is the, supposedly contains the recipe for transmuting lead into gold. That's an internal process. And I see this man, he's like working with metal, almost like glass blowing or metallurgy or something. It's this inner work that you're doing to take these past faults, these past lessons, and turn them into a golden teaching opportunity for others. Okay, let's finish up with my little angel cards. This one ran longer than the other ones. All right. The treasure chest of angels. What do you have for Capricorn? All right. Simplicity. Keep it simple. Enthusiasm. Yeah, I see that with the Ace of Wands. There's definitely something that catches your interest, and once you're clear about your mission, you're going to pursue it with enthusiasm. Openness. Okay, yeah, stay open to an idea. It may not be the path that you had envisioned for yourself, but I'd say stay open to receiving this guidance and this leadership. Awakening. Yep, awakening to your true soul's path, your true passions. Or you're helping awaken others as well, just by your presence. You radiate a very bright light, as indicated by the Ace of Wands as well. It's like carrying a torch through the darkness. And people that are in need of that light and healing, they come to you. Okay, and then we have adventure. Yeah, there's a lot of travel in your future. I think Capricorn, you may be relocating, or you could just be a person who lives on the road, frequently stopping in new locations and sharing your gifts with the world. All right. I wish you all the best this month, Capricorn. Good luck in your endeavors and all of 2023. Hopefully we'll see you here next month. Take care. Bye-bye.